Good morning, friends, family, people. It is the 4th of July, and I am going to school. Yes, there is school on the 4th of July. I suppose they just couldn't wait. Or because of the schedule of the school, I'm sure that they can't postpone for one day. Because obviously they have to meet time frames for the companies that they hire for, because there has to be enough time to schedule orientations and so on. But in keeping with what I started the other day, I have another passage for you. 2 Timothy 1:7. For God gave us not the spirit of fear, but of power and love and self-control. You see, all good things come from God. Bad things do not come from God. There is nowhere in the Bible where God brought down wrath on his own children. So that spirit of fear, of doubt, of depression didn't come from God. God didn't do it. That situation that you're going through, God's not putting you through that. Now the enemy may be. Now, I was listening to a pastor a while back, one of my favorite pastors in the world, Joseph Prince. Look him up. Amazing grace pastor. He's out of Singapore. And you can find all of his messages on YouTube. Or excuse me, not on YouTube. Well, some of them on YouTube. You can find the little clips on YouTube. But you can find the longer clips on iTunes. And they're all free. And I remember him doing a sermon on the spirit of fear and condemnation. See, fear is not the root of the problem. Condemnation is. You're afraid because you were taught to be afraid. Your fear stems from things that you were taught. Such as, you become afraid for situations like you become afraid for your family, that you won't be able to feed them, you won't be able to provide for them. When all you have to do is remember, God said in his word, I give the birds and the animals everything that they need. They worry for nothing. Why would I not give you, my children, more? Have to do is ask. Now I paraphrased it a little bit, but he's basically saying you have no reason to worry for anything. He provides for the birds, he provides for the animals. Why would he not give you we actually get to go out on the range today. It's going to be sweet. Apparently, we've got a mechanics class this morning. They're actually going to be teaching us the servicing of the engine, where we change this, how we do that, and then we actually get to go out on the range. I'm not sure if we're actually going to be sitting in the truck today, but we're going to be out on the range for most of the day. That's going to be interesting. Can't wait for that. So I want to go with this company. I really like this company. I had a couple of others. I mean, I've been offered for 3 other companies have already made me an offer. So I have options. He's actually had offers from other companies as well, but none of them are as good as the one we've chosen. And then him and I have been offered a position with another company together, and again, it's still not as good as the company we've chosen, in our opinion. So we're crossing our fingers really hard, and we're praying and hoping that we can get this worked out so that him and I can go together. And anyway, I'm just rambling on right now, and it's that's enough, I guess. So I can't guarantee that I will be doing any more tonight. My schedule is like back and forth. So the last 2 nights I've had something going on that kept me away for a little while, and I had to deal with some issues. Well, first of all, y'all are seeing me in a vehicle, which means my bike is still not fixed. That's a whole new thing, unfortunately, and a little frustrating. First, I ordered the part that I needed for my bike, and while I was talking to the guy, first of all, it's my rectifier on my bike went out, and basically a rectifier is the same thing on a car, or same thing as an alternator on a car. So I knew what the issue is. I've had it happen on this bike before. So I told the guy when I called him, I'm like, look, I need my Selenium rectifier. He's like, your what? I mean, my rectifier. I need my regulator or my rectifier for my bike. It's a 2000 Honda Shadow 750. He's like, okay, I'm not finding it in here. I think they call it something else on the Honda. Okay. I'll trust you because you're the parts specialist. Yeah, I think they call it a diode. Okay. I'm like, dude, you know I'm talking about the little square thing with the fins on it that looks like a heat sink from a CPU, right? He's like, yeah, I know what you're talking about, man. I know what you're talking about. So he ordered this part. He's like, well, it's going to be $6.95, and I can have it here in 2 days. $6.95, really? It's not what I paid for it last time, but okay. Part comes in. Dude sends me a diode. A freaking chip. Basically a fuse with 3 prongs in it. And a black top. It's not see-through. I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy. 2 days wasted. At the time, my best bud in the whole world, Cullen, when you see this, thank you, was letting me borrow his car so so that I could go to school every day. And I had to tell him, dude, I'm sorry, they ordered the wrong part. I'm still out of a vehicle. Is it cool if I borrow it for a couple more days while I order a new part? He's like, yeah, dude, don't worry about it. You're okay, man. We're okay. I'm like, dude, you are amazing. You are awesome. And so, yeah, that night I get on the phone. I start working it out. And because I don't have the money in my account to pay for the part, which is actually closer to normal price if I were to buy it through the dealership, probably around $120. And I found it on eBay for like, was it 40? So, and I could get it overnighted for like an extra 20. So I don't have that kind of money. I've got to call my mother, and she's like, well, call your brother. He's got access to my eBay account, and he can take care of it for you. I'm like, okay, I'll take care. That'll work. So I call my brother, get my brother on the phone. Look, this is what I need. I need you to order this part for me. So he's like, well, send me the link to the part, and I'll take care of it tonight. I'm like, okay. Get a call back from my mother, because there was some other issues going on. And she's like, well, I'll call your brother, and I'll make sure it's taken care of. You'll be okay. I'm like, cool. She texts me back like 10 minutes, 15 minutes later. All right, it's done. I'm like, perfect. So I wait for 2 days and then call my brother. Hey, is the part in yet? Oh, I forgot to order it. And then starts blaming me as if it's my fault he forgot to order it because I didn't call and remind him to order it. Does that make sense? I was reassured by 2 people it would be done that night. And then got a confirmation from my mother that it was taken care of. Why would I call back to make sure it was still done? I'm one of those people, when you tell me something's going to get done, I believe you. Why would I have to check back and make sure of it? I believe you're going to take care of it. Now, he claims that, and I don't mean this as a derogatory statement, he claims that there were issues going on that day, that night. He wasn't feeling well, so it wasn't on his forefront of issues to take care of, so he forgot. That's forgivable. I understand it. It happens. But I guess he just didn't understand how important it was that I have my bike back, because my bike is my only mode of transportation. My vehicle. It's the only vehicle I have. My wife has a vehicle, which she uses. But that motorcycle is my only mode of transportation. So, but I'm here at school, guys. And there's Clayton right there. Y'all want to come say hi?
She dropped her washer fluid in the vehicle completely.
Say good morning.
Good morning.
Anyway. Peace out. Stay safe. Drive right, guys.